So, I am not like so educated on this topic as much because it's never really been my realm of interest, but I feel like what we're interested in is like, you know, it really hardly matters when it's literally affecting all of us as we speak. So I think we should all be on board. Alright, so yeah, obviously what we're probably dealing with is human caused climate change. But I've been uh, I've been looking into these events in the UK a little bit. So yeah, so I've been looking into this thing called the Spanish Plume, which is a special weather setup. The Spanish set up by the Spanish Plateau, or specifically the Iberian Peninsula between Portugal and Spain, or northwest Europe, and the Sahara. This occurs when dry, low pressure exists in the Bay of Biscay, and the high pressure builds further east over Europe or North Europe and slash Scandinavia. By the way, you can find this at the beginner's guide to the Spanish plume, I guess. Anyways, this forms a second stage, the omega system, then known as an omega block, which is one of the such patterns that several pattern types of the Spanish plume are recognized, such as the similar Mexican plume. Alright. The Wikipedia basically states, oh wait, yeah, you could look up in the Spanish plume as far back as 1700s and 1800s. The Spanish plume has caused insane weather in July, such as hail as big as quart bottles taking 3 days to melt. It caused 10 inches of rain, tornadoes, and have caused 24 hours thunderstorms. There's tons more instances, but these are honestly minor, although noticeably short-term destruction. And IFLscience.com, it explains in an article called "The Omega-Shaped Jet Stream Responsible for Europe's Heatwave." In an article from 2015 from IFL.com, even this explains the reoccurring heat wave that mainly looms around the UK, Paris. The article stating, for those that haven't noticed, it's been rather warm in Europe. In fact, last weekend there was the UK's hottest July day since records began. The temperature at Heathrow soared to 36.7 Celsius, approximately 15 Celsius higher than the average maximum daily temperature for the month. In mainland Europe, it has been even hotter, with much of the Spain well into 40s, and Paris seeing its highest temperature since 1947. When an omega-shaped wave is present on the jet stream, which arcs over Europe, warm, dry air from southern Europe and Africa can be pulled north, pushing temperatures higher than normal. If this upper level feature coincides with higher pressure at the surface with relatively low pressure at the east and west, then an omega block is formed, as I think I already said. And it goes on to saying that there's this conceptual lid in the atmosphere holding pollutants that the omega pattern can whip up, combined with dehydration. And in 2003, almost 15,000 deaths in France occurred because of this. The record-breaking heat wave that's scorching the Pacific Northwest on NPR.org. So this article from 2021 by NPR explains the same trend, but in the US actually, it says record-breaking temperatures have soared well past 90 degrees since the Pacific Northwest, whereas the area is trapped beneath the blistering heat dome in a region where average temperatures are closer to the 70s this time of year. Houses can be seen with blacked out windows covered with blankets to help from the heat. The area's normally mild summers mean many households don't have air conditioning. So yeah, this is generally not happening in these locations, so they're not prepared for it. Anyways, as usual, and it's becoming annoying to honestly say this and hear about it actually, but records have been shattering daily in parts of the Northwest, including Portland and Seattle. Portland broke records 3 days in a row, hitting 108 on Saturday, 112 on Sunday, and then 116 on Monday. In Seattle, the temperature rose to 108 on Monday. In Pasco, Washington, the mercury climbed to 118, the hottest temperature the state has recorded since 1961. People even made use of their umbrellas by shading from the sun. Homes gutted. The UK records Heatwave sparks worst day of fire since the Blitz, as 41 houses reduced to rubble in London, The Sun claims. Grasslands in the Dagenham area have burned 14 buildings. Environmentally, it normally doesn't get enough rain, but enough not to turn it into a desert, so being dry enough to burn is certainly not normal. Also in London, 40 homes were burned down in the heatwave blazes. Norfolk in England had 14 homes destroyed. Lincolnshire lost 4 homes, and the articles generally mention areas casually burned away. There's this wacky picture floating around of a train signal sign melting and debating glass windows shattering. Obviously, things expand in the heat, and pre-damaged objects can easily break, but this is still a nasty feat to affect it, you know? So I can only speculate what the UK is going through might be the Spanish plume, but it's likely enhanced by our carbon filth. The US isn't likely going through this. It's probably just average climate issues, or it could be the Mexican plume affecting the US, as Mexico is American technically. Alright, what do you guys think? Is New England a Taurus now? Oh my god. Anyways, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of forests have been burning down lately, but I'm mainly focused on like populated areas and like human related stuff being destroyed, because I feel like most people probably don't care about the forest burning because it's not their homes, until it affects them, but there's a lot of people just blaming or I've seen some people just blaming like God and our sins on this like whole predicament. So yeah.